Well, if you look at the past, whatever disasters or events that had happened in the past, obviously the big flooding around 12 years ago had caused a big change, a big shift on how people do business, how they are prepared. The COVID pandemic that everyone felt around the world caused people to change towards working online, working from home, and being a bit more mobile. And actually, the COVID experience has actually helped this event in terms of how prepared we are. Last Friday, we were able to continue to work, coordinate, deal with all factors, stakeholders in a coordinated manner last Friday. And looking forward, actually, this case has actually had very little impact on the fundamental industries. So from a perspective, from the market perspective, we see this as actually underlying the resilience and the preparedness of the Thai industries and businesses.
Indeed, as you say, we've seen that the impact of this quake is fairly contained here in Bangkok, but across the border over in Myanmar, we are still learning the scale of the destruction there. And given that, of course, it is a neighbour and there is a close trade relationship there as well, how do you see what is happening over there impacting in terms of trade and investment flows?
I think ultimately, we're working through with all our listed companies to see what the impact on trade and flows are. Myanmar is obviously quite dependent on consumer goods provided or produced in Thailand. In the short term, I think we need to help our neighbors, make sure that they are well looked after, how we can help, can assist in their recovery. In the long term, trade will continue. I think the impact will be relatively short. And we will continue to be supportive of our neighbor.
One other sector worth looking at also, and that's been put under focus also, is the possibility that we might see insurance claims and insurance premiums actually rise. We do know that the damage so far has been only on that one constructed building, but there are still a lot of questions from a lot of Thais that I speak to now about the build quality of certain places in Thailand, for instance. Is there a concern that perhaps this particular sector might be put under more pressure and could perhaps even add on to perhaps other financial risks that are perhaps mulling around in Thailand at the moment and thus impact also the economic outlook in Thailand? What are your thoughts there, sir?
Shion, as part of the press conference we had this morning, we had the insurance industry regulator and also the Bank of Thailand with us this morning. They assured us quite clearly that the potential impact to the insurance industry is actually quite small at this stage. Looking at the information from the engineering department and the reports so far on damages that are relatively superficial. So also the insurance industry is highly covered from a ratio, from a capital perspective, so extremely resilient and should have quite small impact. From the Bank of Thailand perspective, they assured us that ever since Friday, that there has been no events of our infrastructure failing in any case. Obviously, some bank branches, due to physical reasons, had to be evacuated. But underlying that, the digital infrastructure, the transfer, the payment systems, everything operated throughout the whole process or the whole situation.